Buddhassa. Can you hear me?
Yeah, your voice is breaking sometime, but it's okay, I think.
How about the others?
I think it's okay now, Bante.
So today we have to continue Suppavasa Sutta. It seems a lot, it's a long sutta. We'll try to do our best. It may take. So we finished the one. Actually, I think Brian translated three paragraphs, right? So now we are to translate or explain the second paragraph. We did only up to here, right?
Yeah, I think last time we talked about the Apadana and Apatanka. Bante.
Yes, yes. Then, yeah, and also we explained that how Apatanka and Apabada, what are the definitions? How can it be explained? Then it says, Pucha to the she said, please ask Apa.
Yes, your connection is not stable, Bante. Yes, your voice is breaking up,
Actually,
Bante.
I think this connection is very, very, very good.
Yeah, I mean sometimes for me sometimes I cannot hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Well, but not
Okay.
now because
Okay. Right. So hello, can you hear me now?
yes,
How about the voice? Is it clear now?
it's clear now, Bante.
So yeah, we'll go to the sutta directly now. So she sent her husband to the Buddha and asked the husband to question or ask the healthiness of the Buddha and about his comfort. And we explained that Apabada and Apatanka. There are a few ways that we can explain this word, and also about the Apa, the word Apa, that it has been used in few meanings according to the teachings. Then then this is what he is supposed to say. Suppavasa Bante Kolya Dita Bhagavato Pade Sirasa Vandati. Suppavasa Bante is the vocative case. Suppavasa Kolya Dita, the daughter of Kolyan, she was a princess. Bhagavato Pade Sirasa Vandati, pays respect at the Buddha's feet. Appa Bada, Appa Tankan Lahuttanam Balam Pasviharam Puchati. So she is questioning or asking about Buddha's well-being in short words. Evancha Vadehi, and please let this know, tell this also. Suppavasa Bhante Kolya Dita, Sattavasani Gabbandhariti. She is bearing a womb, like with a fetus. She's pregnant for 7 years. Even we can say translate this as she has been pregnant. She has been pregnant for 7 years. And also if we translate word by word, she has been bearing or carrying a womb with the with the child for 7 years. She has been carrying a child for 7 years. Sattahang mula gabba sa dukkahi tibbahi karahi katukahi vedanahi putta tihi vitakkehi adivaseti. Sattahang, continuously for 7 days. This is the Achanta Sangoga, that it has been happening for the continuous 7 days. Mula gabbasa dukkahi tibbahi karahi katukahi vedanahi putta tihi vitakkehi adivaseti. So now if you analyze this sentence, we can see the verb is adivaseti. She endures or she bears, she tolerates, right? She tolerates. Yeah. Did we do this sentence?
Yes, we did, because the same sentence in the previous paragraph.
Right. Okay, right. So she tolerates the suffering with 3 types of vitakkas, and she has been enduring a lot of rough. She has been touched by, afflicted by a lot of rough pains, right? So we are not going to explain it in detail. Samba sambuddho vataso bhagava yo imasseva eparupasa dukkasa pahanaya dhammantesiti. So she was contemplating. The Buddha was fully enlightened, who preached Dhamma for the eradication or removal of these kind of suffering. And also we had a discussion about imassa evarupassa dukkasa, right? We had a discussion on this also. Then Suppatipanno vata tassa bhagavato savaka sango yo imasseva evarupassa dukkasa pahanaya patipanno. The Buddha's disciples are also have entered the practice properly, who have entered to abandon this kind of suffering. Susukam vadatang nibbanang yatidang evarupang dukkanna sangvidyati. So it is, the nibbana is really a high bliss that is where suffering does not exist anymore. Paramanti koso koliya putto suppavasaya koliya ditaya patissutva yena bhagava tenupasanga. So he said, well, he accepted what she said, that Koliya Putta, the son of a prince who was the husband of Suppavasa. He was also he belonged to the Koliya clan. Koliya Ditaya Patissutva, having answered to this Suppavasa, Koliya Ditaya, the princess of Koliya. Yena Bhagavata Enupasankami, you all know this explanation, approached the Buddha. Upasankamitva, having approached Bhagavantang Abhivadetva Ekamantan Nisidi. I think everyone can understand this. Ekamantan Nisinno ko Koliya Putto Bhagavantang etada vocho. I hope everyone can understand. Ekamantang Nisinno ko Koliya Putto Bhagavantang etada vocho. So you don't need to translate that. Suppavasa bhante Koliya Dita Bhagavato Pade Sirasa Vandati. So the same thing has been repeated. Suppavasa bhante, the princess of Kolian princess, pay respect at the Buddha's feet. Appa bhadang appa tangkan tahuttanam balam pasuviharam puchati. She also asks about the well-being of the Blessed One. Evancha vadeti. She also says this. Suppavasa bhante Koliya Dita sattavassani gabbandhareti. She has been pregnant for 7 years. Sattaham mula gabbasa dukkahi tibbahi karahi katukahi vedanahi puttha tihi vitakkehi adivase. She is having complications in her delivering. So she has been afflicted with very rough, gross, severe pains, and she was enduring such pain with 3 types of vitakkas. What are those vitakkas? Actually, these are Buddhanusati, Dhammanusati, and Sanghanusati. Sama sambuddho vataso bhagava yo imasseva evarupasa dukkasa pahanaya dhammantesiti. So she was contemplating the Sama Sambuddhahood of the Buddha, who preached Dhamma for the eradication of these types of suffering. Suppatipanno vata bhagavato savaka sango yo imasseva rupasa dukkasa pahanaya patipanno. So the disciples of the Blessed One have already entered the practice properly, who are practicing to eradicate these types of sufferings. Susukam vata nibbanang yataidang evarupan dukkanna sangvidati. So it is, nibbana is indeed a bliss where these types of suffering does not exist. Yeah. So then, did we translate this?
No, we did not.
We did not, right? Okay, right. So anyone would volunteer to translate this part? Sukini hotu suppavasa kolyadita aroga arogam puttang vijayatu.
So Bande, maybe I will try.
So then we'll go for up to here, like three paragraphs. Yeah.
3 paragraphs. Okay. Can you hear me, Bande? My connection is very poor.
No, we can hear you. We can hear you. We'll
Okay.
If we don't hear, I'll let you know.
Okay. Sukini hotu Supawasa Golia Dida. May Supawasa, the daughter of Golia, be happy. Arrogant Bhutang Vijaya Dudi. Be happy and healthy. May she give birth to her son without sickness. Sahavajana Japana Bhagavato Supawasa Golia Dida Sukini Arrogant Bhutang Vijayi. As soon as he spoke, Supawasa, the daughter of Golia, happy and healthy, give birth to a son without sickness. Ewan Bande de ko so Golia Budo Bhagavato Pasidang Abhinandidawa Anumodidawa Utaya Sanam Bhagavandang Abhivadedawa Padakinang Gatavayana Sakang Garang Denang Pachayasi. Yes, sir. The son of Golia approves the words of the blessed one. Rejoice, get up from the seat, pay the homage to the blessed one, respectfully, and keeping on the right side. Returned to his own house. Adasako so Golia Budo Subawasan Golia Didarang Sukini Arrogant Butang Vijatang. The son of Golia saw the Subawasa, the daughter of Golia, who is happy and gave birth to a child without sickness. Iswana sa etata hosi. Having saw this, the thought occurred to him. Achariyang Wadabo Abudang Wadabo Tathagadasa Mahidikata Mahanupawada. It is incredible indeed. It's wonderful. The great power of the blessed one. Yatrahi Namayang Subawasa Golyatida Sahavajana Japana Bhagavato Sukini Arrogant Bhutang Vijay Isadi. As soon as he spoke, the daughter Subawasa, the daughter of Golia, gave a birth to a child without a sickness. Adamano Bamudito Piti Somna Sajado Ahosi, he became uplifted and overjoyed, full of rapture and happiness. Atako Subawasa Golia Dida Samikang Amandesi. Then Subawasa, the daughter of Golia, addressed her husband. Ihedong Ayabuda Yena Bhagavateluba Sangama. Oh, please come. My husband, go to the blessed one. Uba Sangamidwa Mama Wajanena Bhagavado Bades Sirasa Wandahi. Please, having approached, please pay respect at the feet of the blessed one with my words. Subawasa Bande Golia Dida Bhagavado Bades Sirasa Wandadi. Speaks Subawasa, Bande Subawasa, the daughter of Golia, pays respect at the feet of the blessed one. Ivan Janvandehi, please see this word. Please see this. Subawasa Bande Golia Dida Sata Wasani Kapang Taredi, Subhavasa Bande, the daughter of Golia, pregnant for 7 years. Sadaha Munagapang Sa Edarahi Sukini Aroga Arogang Budang Vijada. She was here. How can we translate funny? She
You mean this one, right?
she Satahang, yeah, she was delivering for 7 days.
She
Now
no, we can translate. She had difficulties in complications in deliverance. She has been. You can just translate. She had complications in delivering for 7 days.
She had a complication for 7 days.
In
And
delivering.
now give in delivering. Now give a happy and without illness give a healthy child. Sa Sadahang Putabamukang Bhikkhu Sangang Patena Nimandedi. She invites the Bhikkhu Sangha, take the Buddha as a chief for meal. No. She invites the monks together with the Buddha as a chief for meal for 7 days. Abi Vasedu Girang Bande Bhagava Subhavasayo Goliya Didaya Sata Patani Satin Bhikkhu Sangena. Please accept, please agree, Bande. The blessed one, together with the monk, the blessed one together with the monk society, monk community.
Okay.
Sorry. May the blessed one together with the Bhikkhu Sangha accept 7 meals from the Subhavasa, the daughter of Golia.
Okay, right.
So
can we come to next? Yeah, because it's similar. Shall we finish up to here?
Okay. Paramandi calls Golia Buddha Subhavasaya Golia Didaya Pati Sudvayena Bhagavate Rupa Sangami. Good. The son of the Golia agreed the daughter of the Golia Subhavasa approached to the blessed one. Upa Sangami Bhagavanda Abhivate Deva Ekamandani Sedi. Having approached there, paid respect to the blessed one and sit on one side. Ekamandani Senoko Golia Buddha Bhagavandang Eta Davoja. Having sit on one side, the son of Golia said this to the blessed one. Subhavasa Bande Golia. Continue, no?
Yeah. Up to here, up to this paragraph. Finish
Okay.
this paragraph.
Okay. Subhavasa Bande Golia Dita Bhagavado Bade Sirasa Wandadi. Bande Subhavasa, the daughter of Golia, pays respect at the feet of the blessed one. Evan Javadehi, she said this. Subhavasa Bande Golia Dita Sata Vasani Kapang Taredi. Bande Subhavasa, the daughter of Golia, was pregnant for 7 years. Sadahang Munagaba Sa Idarahi Sukini Arogang Budang Vijada. She was very difficult to give in the compilation for child for 7 days. Now she is happy and healthy, gave a healthy child, gave birth to a healthy child. Sadahang Buddha Bangukang Bhikkhu Sangena Badena Nimandedi. She invites the Buddha together with the Bhikkhu Sangha for 7 days meal. Abhivasedu Giram Bande Bhagava Subhavasaya Golia Didaya Sata Patani Satin Bhikkhu Sangena. May the blessed one accept. Bande may the blessed one together with the Bhikkhu Sangha accept 7 meals
The Blessed One accept 7 meals with the
Vamana Subha.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, already finished, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Sally. Thank you. Well done. Yeah, it was translated very well. I think everyone could understand the meaning of the sutta. It's a very nice story going on. So, in this first verse, Sukhini hotu suppavasa kolyadita aroga arogam puttang vijayatuti. So then the blessed one was blessing. Blessed one was blessing. Sukhini hotu suppavasa kolyadita. One sentence. Suppavasa kolyadita is the subject. Sukhini hotu. So Sukhini means one who is happy, one who is with bliss. Sukhini hotu. This is a predicate. This is a verb. Suppavasa kolyadita sukhino hotu. If this was a man, for instance, kolyaputto sukhi hotu, it could have been sukhi is the this is adjective, can be used in three genders, but normally this one appears, sukhi appears in masculine and neuter. But then sukhini, when we want to change it into feminine, we use the sukhini, right? So it's like dandi and dandini, the feminine gender. So that's why we have to change it. We should not say sukhi hotu suppavasa, right? We should not say like. But there are some instances like sometimes, for instance, the usage of some nouns do not have the feminine gender, right? So, for instance, gachang, I think we have discussed this point before. So, gachang, it just came to my mind. Gachang is a gachang. So our masculine nominative is gachang. Pasang. So janan, ajanan. So normally nominative is ajanang, masculine gender. But when it comes to sometimes in the Bhikkhuni Patimokkha, it says when the Bhikkhuni was saying ajanan, so ajanan, I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you, Bhante.
Right. Ajanant changes into normally in feminine ajananti or ajanati is a feminine gender. But ironically, what we found is in the Bhikkhuni Patimokkha, we find the word ajanang for the feminine gender even. So sometimes there can be such feminine gender that usage may be changed in some cases. But here it's very clear, sukhini, sukhi becomes sukhini, right? In some cases it can be changed with ending of O and R, right? Yeah, this not related here, but just remember at some point. Sukhini hotu suppavasa kolyadita aroga, arogam puttang vijayatu. The subject is suppavasa kolyadita again. May this vijayatu, may deliver, may she deliver a son, puttang. Arogam puttang, a healthy son, a son without sickness. Suppavasa kolyadita aroga hutva. So normally we have to put here suppavasa kolyadita, the Suppavasa, the daughter of Kaulian, princess of Kaulian, arogam hutva. This is a nominative. This normally doesn't act as an adjective here because she already is not well. So we can conclude that this is not an adjective in this case. This is acting as a special nominative noun. So that's why we put hutva. So may the blessed Kolyadita be happy, happy or blissful, and may she deliver, being healthy, may she deliver a healthy child. At the moment, she is not healthy. At the moment, she is not healthy. So that's why it was mentioned. We normally put hutva at the end of this word. At the end of this word. Then arogam puttang vijayatu. Subject verb is vijayatu, object is arogam puttang. Arogam is adjective of puttang. Aroga here modifies kolya dita, but as something, not as an adjective, that may she come into. This can be vikati katu, something called pakati katu, vikati katu. This is the pakati katu, this is vikati katu, the changed subject. Sahavachanapana bhagavato supavasa kolya dita sukini aroga arogam puttang vijay. So let's leave this sahavachanapana bhagavato, just focus on this part. Suppavasa kolya dita, Suppavasa the princess of Kolians, Sukini being blissful, Sukini hutva, Aroga hutva having been healthy, Arogam puttang vijay, delivered a healthy son, delivered a healthy son. So we can also put here hutva and hutva. Or samano, being. If she has already been, we can decide on our desire. If we want, we can put samano, being healthy, having been healthy, whatever it is. Then sahavachanapana bhagavato, bhagavato of the blessed one. Vachana is word, saha together. So we can find this sahavachana. This is ablative case. This is ablative case. Sahavachana, together with the word. So this one, we can have two meanings. Immediately after, vachana is immediately, like ablative case, vachana, saha, but it shows together. So either we can say immediately after the Buddha's words, she gave birth. So then we have to think about what is the functioning of saha. But normally we translate sahavachana means together with the Buddha's words. Together with the Buddha's words. So it means at the time when the Buddha uttered, at the same time, she being happy, being blissful, being healthy, she delivered a healthy son. She delivered a healthy son. For that, we need to go for the commentary to have some insights on this. Yeah. There are some few points that are quite useful for us. Then yeah, where is it? Sahavachanati. Right. So sahavachanati, bhagavato vachanena saheva, saha eva, together with the blessed one's words. So normally this should be translated as instrumental case, together with the blessed one. Yasmin kale bhagavata tata avocha tasmin eva kale tampi kammang parikkayang agamasi. So this sentence shows that this is similar to ablative, absolute. It is very similar to absolute. Yasmin kale bhagava tatha avocha, when the blessed one said thus, tasmin eva kale, at that moment, tampi kammam parikyang agapasi. So that kamma got exhausted. So when she delivered, it happened at when the blessed one said it. When the blessed one said it. So when the blessed one said it, it happened. So we can say sahavachana. So now we can think about one kind of a usage. Now if this is being used as absolute, the meaning I'm telling, the meaning. So we can see some similar words of sahaparinibbana, together with the Buddha's parinibbana. These things happen. It is also mentioned in some books. So now sahavat, now if we say Buddhe agacchante ahang asanato uttahin. I stood up from the seat when the Blessed One was coming, right? So if you use this kind of a usage, saha agama agachanta, the absolute, the abstract voice, agamana. Sahagamana bhagavato or buddhas or bhagava agachan. Bhagavati we can use. Bhagavati as a locative case. Sahagamana bhagavato ahang asanato uttahin. So this seems like if we can translate this as an absolute meaning, the transformation has happened is so like this sentence itself, if we take this sentence, sahavachanati bhagavato sahavachana bhagavato sa puttang vijayi, in a short way. So if you put it this into how to say Buddha's words, Bhagavati vadante sa puttang vijayi. If you want to say thus, we can put evan vadante. Bhagavati evan vadante sa puttam vijayi. Why I did this alternation change is because of this sentence. Yasmin kale bhagava tata avocha tasmin eva kale tampi kammam parikkaya agamasi. Then she gave the rebirth. So it seems, even though this says about the kamma, so saha vachane, the bhagavato vachanena saheva, together with the words of the Buddha. So if we go to the absolute like essence of the sentence, what has happened is, together with the Buddha's words, she has delivered a son. It means while the Buddha was uttering, she delivered a son. So this shows that it is another way of saying the same thing can be said in a different way. So that's why I suggest that Bhagavati agacchante ahang asanato uttahin. When the Blessed One was coming, I stood up from the seat. Saha agamana bhagavato, together with the Blessed One's coming. This is coming, act of coming. Saha, together. Agamana, I use ablative because it has been used in the text. Saha agamanena, if you want to use. Bhagavato. Why it's Bhagavato? Because agamana is an abstract noun. Abstract noun is connected with the subject in the genitive case. Ahang asanato vuttahi. Right? So this is something I would like to offer as an insight to think further. So before we come into the discussion, I would like to continue with this paragraph and finish this verse. Yasmin kale bhagava tata avocha tasmin eva kale tampi kammam parikkaya agamasi. At that time, when the Blessed One uttered this sentence, his kamma was exhausted. Then idea was, this is what the Maha Attakatha says. Tassa parikkina bhavang oloketva satta tata abhasi. Sattha, the Blessed One. Tata, thus, abhasi, said thus. The Blessed One said thus. Oloketva, having observed what? Tassa parikkina bhavang. Parikkina means exhausted, bhavang, nature. Exhausted nature of what? Tassa. Tassa kammasa. So when the Blessed One said the blessing, the kamma was exhausted. So the Maha Attakatha, the commentary says, because why do I say it's Maha Attakatha? If there is just a translation, just a commentary explanation, that has to be considered as the ancient Attakatha, a translation of the ancient Attakatha. Because that is how normally the readers are supposed to understand. For instance, in one place in Dhammasangani, Attakatha. The Attakatha says the Passa was preached first because of these reasons. So that's just what the commentary says. Then Venerable Buddhaghosa says, even though it is, but still, that is not that much important. So Passa has not such significances, and he gives a different argument. So Venerable Ledi Sayadaw says that the first statement, which was just a part of the explanation, belongs to the ancient commentaries, and the new explanation, which Buddhaghosa refutes the previous one, is a new idea. So if we get just a normal explanation in the commentary, we have to consider this is the idea of the ancient commentaries. So therefore, when the ancient commentaries means of the tradition, so that was the standard explanation. So when the utterance was made, the kamma got exhausted. So the commentary says the Buddha knew this, having observed this, that this kamma would get exhausted at this moment, he uttered this utterance. So that was the idea of the commentators. But then some other teachers who are well qualified teachers says a different version, say meaning. Seems that the present Pali commentator is of this opinion. Seems like. Aparepana vadanti, some would say, aparepana, some says, some others say, sache tata satta nachik tissa, tato parampi kinchikalan tassa tang dukkang anubandissa. If the Blessed One did not say, had the Blessed One not said, this is Kalatipatti, na achikisa, had the Blessed One not said this, tato parampi kinchikala, even after like she gave the delivered the child, if this Blessed One had not said this, even some minutes, few minutes after the exact deliverance, tassatan dukkang anubandisa. So she had to suffer more had that utterance was not mentioned. Tato parampi kinchikalang tasatan dukkang anubandissa. Yasmapana bhagavata sukini arogancha puttang vijayatu iti buttang tasma tas vachana samakalameva so gabho vyakula bhavang vijahitva sukeneva bahinikami. Evante sang mata puttanang sotya hosi. So if the Blessed One has not said this, she would have taken some more time to give the deliverance. That's how it means. So you can have two meanings when we look into this. Either she would have given the deliverance on the exact time as she had given, but the suffering would have lasted for some time. That is one explanation. But with the explanation, one interpretation. With the explanation which follows, it shows that because the Buddha said it, the fetus, the child, was delivered very smoothly. Smoothly he was delivered. So therefore, it shows that the comfortable delivering happened because of the Buddha's words. Otherwise, she would have suffered some more time. Both of them would have suffered some more time. Achinteyo hi buddhanang buddha anubhavo. Buddha's anubhava is unthinkable in some senses. We cannot explain sometimes. It's beyond the logic. That's how to translate. Yatahi patacharaya piyavipayoga sambhutena sokena ummadam patva uboputta kalakata pante mayang pitam pati mato mata pita cha bhata cha ekachita kam hi jayare. So the Patachara was like Ummad, like she has gone insane. She couldn't control herself because of Piyavipa Yoga. So she has uttered after becoming Arahant, Uboputta Kalakata, both of my children died. Pante Mayam Pati Mato, my husband died in the road. On the road, Mata Pita Cha Bata Cha, Ekachita Kamhijaya, my mother, father, and brother are all being burned in the one place, one pyre, on one pyre. So Vatva Jata Rupena Charantiya. Jata Rupa, it doesn't mean money here. Jata Rupa, Rupa means appearance. Jata Rupa means nakedly. Because we all are born naked. So she was wandering nakedly. So that's why Jata Rupe Neva Charantiya. She was wandering without any clothes. Sating Patilabahi Bhaginiti Bhagavato Vachana Samanantara Meva Ummado Upasami. So Buddha said, the dear sister, please Patilabahi, arouse, or please arouse mindfulness or conscience. Like mindfulness doesn't mean observing the Namarupa, here means be aware of yourself, be self-conscious that you are without clothes, you doesn't behave like with a lost mind. So Buddha said this. Bhagavato Vachana Samanantara Meva. Immediately after Buddha's words, Ummado Vupasami, his insaneness subdued. Tatha Supya pi upasika attaneva attano uryang katene mahavane vuttatung asakkonti sayani pitte nipanna agantva mamang vandatuti vachana samanantarameva vane pakatike jate sayameva gantva bhagavantang vandatiti evamadini vattuni idda udahartabani. So because Supya upasika, which was a very nice story, she offered some meat to a monk who really needed it because of a sickness. Actually, she couldn't find any meat. Her husband couldn't find any meat. So what she offered was the meat of flesh from her calves. No, not calves, thighs, from the thigh. Because normally thigh has lot of flesh. So then the Blessed One came to the house. She was unable to stand and walk. So when the Buddha said, Agantva mama vandatuti, when the Blessed One said, may she come and pay respect to me, Vachana Samanantarameva, immediately after those words, Supya's wound was recovered. It became normal, like it was healed. Vane pakatike jati. Saimeva agantva bhagavantang vanditi. So she came and paid respect to the Blessed One by herself without the help of anyone. So evamadini vattuni daura udaharitabani. So these kind of stories should be brought here. So the commentator seems like defending the second opinion, that it was not that the Buddha uttered the verse seeing that it would have the karma has exhausted, but it was because of his words that she got cured. But does this mean that the first Attakatha part Attakatha's usage is discarded? No. The reason is, even the Buddha had said this 1 month before or 1 day before, this would have not happened, because they both of them were supposed to suffer the karma. Even a Buddha cannot stop the karma. So according to the Apare Vadanti, the other idea of others, what has happened was, there was something that the Buddha could reduce certain amount of suffering. They have already endured the suffering, but he could interrupt with his blessings, with his power. He could interrupt some of the suffering the Suppavasa and the Sivali, the child, would have suffered otherwise. So the idea is of others is they don't fully reject this idea, because otherwise someone would have said, why didn't the Buddha said it 1 month ago, 1 year ago? She would have easily delivered the son. Oh, at least in the beginning of the 7 days, because the Kamajavata was, the Kamaya was if activated, so she had to give the deliverance. So why he just waited for 7 days? He would have just said, uttered this, or he would have visited the house and easily said this. So it shows that the karma also plays a huge role. Buddha has already observed the karma for sure, but he knew maybe for a few minutes or maybe for a few hours she would have suffered more, but that was prevented, or that was stopped by the compassionate utterance of the Buddha. Yeah, so this also shows a very good Dhamma point related to karma and also the abilities of the Buddha. And what they are giving is, they are giving 2 examples about the Patachara and Supya. In those examples also, how the Patachara got the mindfulness, how the Supya's wound was cured. These cannot, they are not going to attribute it to Kamma or something else. Those are the powers of the Buddha. And also, it seems like Buddha was such a great being, and we do have such influence on others. And also we have stories like a monk practicing metta for a few months in a forest. All the beings in the forest were not harming each other. The non-humans and the animals were not fighting with each other as long as the monk was staying in the forest for 30 years. One deity asked him to stay Arahant, and all the 30 years the deity could live peacefully because there were no quarrels and arguments among the non-humans and animal beings. So such effects of our minds can be seen on others. That is also accepted in the Theravada tradition. So this seems something related to this type of phenomena. Yeah, so would like to yeah, this is the things, that two things I discussed in this paragraph. Putting absolute into a different form, a suggestion, that my personal idea. We can analyze this, whether this is false or not. Then about the Dhamma point of view, utterance of the Buddha and the exhaustion of karma, how they are related. Yeah, we can have a discussion if you have any things to discuss. Yeah.
Yeah, hi Bhante.
Hello, Dr. Yes.
Yeah, I have two questions. So the first one is about it's in the sutta. Sukhini hotu subawa kuriya dita aroga. So here, I totally agree that you put the hutor after the aroga. But can we say that the aroga is also connected to the hotu?
Also connected to
Hotu.
Hotu.
Which means, may Supawasa, the daughter of Koriya, be happy and healthy.
We can. If this mark was not there, we would have taken it. But this was added later for sure. Seems like the reciters wanted to separate it. Otherwise, can.
Right? Yeah, because it's the next.
Sukhini hotu aroga hotu. Yeah.
Right? Because in the next sentence, we don't have that semicolon. It just continue. Yes.
Which one? Here. Yeah.
So it's possible, right, Bhante?
Can.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Prevented us was this column, semicolon.
Right. And then, so the second one is about your idea, your opinion about the absolute.
Right.
So here you give the first example, and to me, it's not very convincing in that first example, because it looks to me that here, in this situation, it has to have the he totta. It has to have the meaning of the cause, right? So in the first example you give, like, so I'm stood up because the Buddha came, or it's just because when the Buddha came, I stood up?
Both the meanings can be taken according to the context. So
because we're here, so you said that, so in the second example, right? Because of the Buddha's words, so she delivered the child. And that is because that is the cause. The cause is because of the power of the Buddha's word. So she delivered the child. So if we take that meaning, and if we apply that meaning into the first example, then it looks like I stood up because the Buddha came over. So the Buddha came over, that give the command or something, like it's not the reason, the normal reason, because I respect the Buddha, but because he came, so suddenly I had to stood up.
Yeah, I came into this idea because of the commentarial idea. If we go into the first explanations of the ancient commentators, so Sahavachana doesn't mean the cause here, because together with the according to the commentary, ancient, not the Appare, Buddha's words have not made any effect on Suppavasa. So that's why I was thinking about such a manner, because in the beginning I thought this was the reason for the deliverance, but the Sahavachana Suppavasa Puttang Vijay, according to the commentarial explanation, it's just a normal absolute.
Right.
If we consider the second idea, yes, it was the cause.
Yeah. Which is also because yeah, I remember we had this kind of discussion. In fact, it's like the first the first sutta, the Patama Bodhi Sutta, right? Because if we have the sentence imasmin sati idang hoti, so that you said that we have to understand that in the sense of hetata.
Yeah, hetata, cause. Yeah. Then I also discussed on this matter later with my friend. So what he suggested was normally, I couldn't tell it actually. So he said actually that was absolute. So what the commentators are saying is absolute in the sometimes the absolute can be used in the hetvata. It's like the function still traditionally they would call it absolute. He said he would not. They would not call it a reason. It's an absolute, but within the absolute there is a causal meaning.
Right. Yes, but then in the case of imasmin sati idang hoti, we have to take that it has the meaning of the cause, right?
Yeah.
So and then in this situation, then according to the second opinion, then we have to take it as the cause.
Yeah, then we have to take it as the cause. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So agree with that. So what I was focusing on the first opinion. So just because we cannot we according to the tradition they have not fully rejected it. I'm not just sticking to the first explanation. What I wanted to mention was even saha agamana can be used according to the ancient teachers, can be used in the mere absolute meaning, So that's what my suggestion was. So yeah, it as you said, if we take it as the causal meaning, if you go into this Sahavachana Bhagavato means it has to have a causal meaning even. It has to have a causal meaning. Then we also, this Bhagavati Evang Vadante Sa Puttang Vijay, if we use this absolute here, then as in the Imasmin Sati Idang Hoti, so we can also suggest that this is an absolute with the causal meaning if we are going to use it.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you. Any suggestions on this?
So Bhante?
Yeah.
You said Yasmin Gane Bhagavad, that is from the ancient commentary, right?
Yeah.
From which words you know that is from the ancient commentary?
Because this is the normal accepted norm, Sally. If the text was said and if the translate, the explanation comes without any appare or kechi, that is the ancient commentary. Because what the commentator is doing, he is translating the ancient commentary into Pali.
I think maybe this is the commentator's idea.
No. This is a translation. Normally, Pali commentary is a translation of the ancient Sinhalese commentary.
So like Bhante, we can say that when there is no like apare pana vadanti, that means so except this apare, then the other are the translation of the Mahatakata, Bhante.
Yeah.
Okay, Bhante. Yes, I'm also curious about this, Bhante.
Yes, Yali.
Okay, but then like when we say like Buddha Gosa wrote those commentaries and something like that, but something is he wrote those commentaries, right?
He translated those commentaries.
But sometimes he also gave his own idea.
Then he mentions, Yali, then he mentions normally. That's how we believe. That's how I believe. Like we trust him in that regard that he has not put anything inside. And why do we trust him? Because the ancient Mahavihara monks would not have allowed him to put his own opinions. Or even he put his opinion that has been accepted by the Mahavihara monks. So that's why we are a bit comfortable here.
So if he gives his own opinion, what kind of words he would like to use?
He would reject this. Now, for example, last time I gave you one explanation, right? In the fundamentals class. The commentary he just translated the commentary. In the end, he mentions, though it is mentioned here, this is wrong. In some places, which I would discuss later, in some places, he just gives the translation, like translate, and then this doesn't match. Then he gives another opinion. So Venerable Lady Sayadaw, in such a point, mentioned that the first was the Mahattakatha, second that he is rejecting it. So that is the understanding of among the Pali scholars, ancient and traditional Pali scholars. If just a commentarial explanation is found, this belongs to the ancient commentary. But we cannot exactly say historically whether he wrote it at that moment. We don't know that. For example, in the Sutta Nipata, I think we have studied it. There were two verses. When Buddhaghosa says the ancient commentary doesn't contain any explanations on there. So it shows that if there were the ancient commentaries did have explanation, those explanations were extended, used over time, not all from the Buddha's time, that's for sure. So normally, by the time of Buddhaghosa, the commentaries were completed, I think. So he was just putting it into Pali.
Oh, so if like that, like a Dharmabara, all this, they also act as a translator?
Yeah.
But how about the Diga?
Tika is a personal explanation. Tika is personal explanation. Tika is written by certain Sayadaws, but they are also influenced by their own tradition, their own like there were some sub traditions. But Tikas are considered not as the tradition. It's a personal interpretation.
Because sometimes you see, like a Dhammapala and the Buddhaghosa, they wrote a commentary, yes. And at the same time, they also wrote a Diga.
Dhammapala wrote the Tika, yeah.
Yes.
So the Tika literature, we normally take it as a personal interpretation, but still he was following a certain tradition. That's why all the Tikas have a very similar structure. They have very similar structure, but we don't recognize it as the Acharyavada.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, hi, Bante. Yeah, so also it's so according to when we read the commentary, we know that the Sahawachana should be understood as Sahawachanena. But then can we say that because of the word Vachana in the ablative case, we should take it as the cause? Because sometimes, most of the time, the word in the ablative case means the cause because of.
Yeah. For that, shall we? Yeah, we just we'll go to one book. Just give me 1 minute. I have to go to the internet. Sangana. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen. But
okay, right. Okay. Anyway, okay. Hmm. Yeah, I hope you can see Sahatte. So this is Nirutti Dipani. Saha Sabbanyuta Jnana Patilaba, Saha Parinibbana, Saha Dassanupada. Together. So there is some Bhavalakkana, absolute Panchami also. That is Uppadava Tathagatana, Anuppadava Tathagatana. So Karane also Sahatta. This is Nirutti Dipani, page number 193, 194. So here Saha Dassana Uppada, Saha Sabbanyuta Jnana Patilaba. So normally, traditionally, they would consider it Sahatta, together with. Then this is how the Lady Sayadaw would explain, like just Sahatta, Sahatte. Then if you go into one sutta, Mahaparinibbana, Parinibhuta Katha. Digha Nikaya, Mahavaggapali, Maha Parinibbana. Right. So we can see this similar usage. We can have some understanding on this. Parinibbute Bhagavati, when the Blessed One passed away, Saha Parinibbana, Maha Bhumi Chalo Ahusi. Together with the Parinibbana, there was a earthquake. We can also say, because of the Parinibbana, there was an earthquake. Right? Then what we have to think about Saha word, what is this Saha is doing? So still we can say this has a causal meaning. Then Parinibbute Bhagavati, when the Blessed One passed away, Saha Parinibbana, Sakko Devana Mindo Imam Gatang Abasi. The Sakka Devana Minda uttered this word together with the passing away of the Buddha. So likewise, Parinibbute Bhagavati Saha Parinibbana Ayasma Anuruddho. So this we can say as together with the Buddha's passing away, whenever Anuruddha uttered. If we go into find a causal meaning, then we have to translate that because of the Parinibbana, he uttered this verse. What do you think is much better? Parinibbute Bhagavati, when the Blessed One passed away, Saha Parinibbana, together with the Parinibbana, immediately after the Parinibbana, or is it because of Parinibbana, or at the moment of together with the Parinibbana, Venerable Anuruddha uttered this verse?
It looks to me both is fine, right? When both of them is possible, right?
Yeah.
So Bande,
Yeah.
I remember I read it I forgot which grammar book. They are in the instrument case. In the very few cases, we also use are, not only a now.
Yeah, not only yeah. Okay.
So that's why here I think like a Parinibbana or something is instrument case, not ablative case.
You are saying together, so it's like just together with Parinibbana.
Yes, because I read I forgot because I read a long time ago. It said instrument case not only a now. The ending is not only a now. Sometimes they have the r ending.
Yeah, philologically possible, right?
Yeah.
And that's what the commentators have also stated. Parinibbanena, Saha Parinibbanena. Also what Lady Seado has suggested. Yeah. But if someone takes the meaning, causal meaning, because when we go to the essence, that causal meaning can be implemented. We cannot just reject it. But when we have the word saha, that is what vachanena saheva, together with the word. So that's why traditionally, as you said, traditionally we go into explain as saha, together with the word. Yeah, in that case, we can say it's instrumental case, not the ablative. But it's traditionally we have to accept it's ablative in the meaning of instrument. Okay, so yeah, any other discussions on this?
Actually, Bande, I have a little bit doubt about this. Like a woman pregnant for 7 years. So this type, it is possible, or I have a doubt about the number, the like a year or something like that type. It is like that.
Now you are questioning my faithfulness to the doctrine, I feel. Right. So it seems I would prefer not to give my personal opinion on this. It seems a bit strange. I don't know biologically whether it's possible. I don't know whether it's possible because we have a doctor, I think, previous, like, this Uttama sister, she has some experience in the bio because she was a doctor before she ordained. So what do you think? Is it possible, 7 years of pregnancy?
It's impossible.
What do you think?
But I think like there are some things that are like beyond our normal logic right now.
That is also true. That is also true. I would like to
think,
listen to one who has
yes.
experience in biology. Yeah, doctor. Yeah, brother Robin. Yes.
No, Bante. Like, I mean, like, well, there are a lot of things that may be like beyond our normal logic right here. I think like even the existence of someone who is as amazing as the Buddha is also like beyond our logic, I think. If we want to just use common logic, is it like, do you think it's correct, Bante?
That's the normal logic. That is the normal logic we use for accepting such things. If I would call that there are some exceptional cases.
Yes, Bante.
But I mean, regarding like especially some numbers in India, they used to use like 7 or 49 and like 8, like this type of number.
Yeah, 84,000, something like that.
Yeah, 84,000, something like that. Not only this type of usage is not only appear in the Buddhist text, even outside the Buddhist text, we also can say such numbers. They prefer those numbers. If in the in the Samanapada Sutta, we found the Makkhali Gosala, he also used like 7 mountains, 7 beans, or 7. It looks like they really like this type of numbers. So I mean, it's maybe it's just they want to see the lady pregnant so long time. But if that means really 7 years.
Yeah.
Yes, Bante. I think it also like sometimes like when there is saying like the Buddha goes with 500 monks. Maybe the number is not exactly rounded as 500 Bante, yes, but it just want to
around
many bhikkhus like that. Bante. Maybe this is also the case, Bante.
Yeah, it seems when we come to the numbers, I think we have discussed this matter once. Numbers are really disturbing when you think about the Theravada tradition. Yeah, numbers are, but it's just the round number. There could be 450, 430, 400, even 30, I would solve, 407. Surely beyond 50 would be, they would put into 500, even 520, they would call it 500, like rounding the numbers, round numbers. So when I checked the internet, it said the longest pregnancy ever recorded is 375 days. In modern era. So we are talking about
it's like a one
yeah, normal pregnancy is 280. Normal pregnancy is 280 days. So what we are talking about Supavasa, 365. I think Dr. Ryan should help me now. 365 into 7. How many? Plus 7 days.
Yeah, it's like 2,562 days.
2,562
days. Yeah.
This is a real suffering, I would call. I'm not sure whether biologically it is possible. So
I think I've never heard someone pregnant like 7 years or something, because
even elephant is pregnant for 2 years, I think. Even elephant is pregnant for 2 years.
Yeah, so because the oxygen is not enough.
But one thing is for sure, according to the story, this lady Supavasa has had some extraordinary long pregnancy. That is the effect of the karma that we can accept, right? I think that is the main essence of this teaching. That's how I feel. Whether exactly for 7 years and 7 days, that we can bring into doubt. But because of a past karma, someone having a longer pregnancy than the ordinary, maybe more than 1 year, 1 year and 7 months, 5 months, something which is extraordinary can happen, right? That we can accept, can't we?
Yes, Vandi. So is there other suttas? You also mentioned lady, like a lady pregnant for 7 years?
No. This was the very special case. I have never gone through. Normally they say 10 months.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Vandi.
And then so also Bhante, I just Googled up something. So the longest time a woman has been in labor is 75 days.
In
75 days.
Longest in what do you?
Longest time a woman has been in labor.
Oh, longest time a woman has been delivering, right?
It has been in labor.
How do you spell it?
LABOR.
So this is like Gabbava,
So,
like you.
Yeah, so in this case, only 7 days for.
Oh, okay. This is. I beg your pardon. How many days? 75, right?
75. Yes.
My goodness. Okay. So Supavasa was luckier then.
Bhante, let's say that, for example, like the real time is 4 years, for example, Bhante. But then the ancient teachers like who preserve this text mention it as 7. So won't it be like something like Musawada then, Bhante? And since the basic fundamental, like the bhikkhu should not tell something that is not true. So it's quite improbable that they will tell something that is maybe too far from the real. Maybe it's like 6 years, 8 months, or just for round it. He mentioned it as 7 like that. Will it be more possible like this way, Bhante?
This is like this. I don't personally feel like the monks have deliberately changed the doctrine. They would have just preserved the information that have come from generation to generation. That's what I normally feel. But rounding the numbers are not considered as a lie even in the modern days, right?
Yes,
like Mattani, Bhikkhu Satani, about 500 monks. So it says Mattani, about 500. So just rounding the numbers, I don't think it's a lie. But if you say they knew it's 4 years and they changed it to 7 years, that is not rounding, I feel. That is like 9 years and 4 months would have said as 10 years, like Bodhisattva's austerity practice. We can easily count that lasted for 5 months and 5 years and 9 months only. We normally say it's 6 years. The Buddha himself says Chabbasani, I have practiced for 6 years. Because when we count, he went forth on Asalha. Asalha was July full moon day, and he attained Nibbana, attained Buddhahood on Vesaka. He attained on in Vesaka. So that was already 5 months and 5 years and 10 months. 2 months there are missing of 2 months. Then we come into another explanation, because immediately after he went forth, he spent 2 weeks without any food, experiencing the bliss, enjoying the seclusion, and also practicing under 2 teachers. 1 week without food and 1 week under teachers. Then at the end of the practice, last 2 weeks were dedicated to gain his physical strength back. So he went for Pindapata. That's why the Panchavagyas left him. So there were an additional 2 weeks. So altogether 1 month. So then we get only 5 years and 9 months for his austerity practice, but we normally call it 6 years. Then also there's another case, because in ancient days, once in 3 years, the kings would extend 1 month to match the lunar calendar with the solar calendar. So within 6 years, there can be how it is arranged. There can be maximally 3-month additions. So then again, it can be 6 years according to the lunar calendar. But that we have not concluded. But for surely there would have been 2 additional months, but still it becomes 5 years and 11 months. So normally this rounding is not that much of a case, I think, especially in a tradition of such antiquity.
Yes, Bante. Since like I think that their attitude is like the carefulness, and the main purpose is for preserving the text. So I think it's quite improbable that they take something that is like very far from truth like that. So I personally think this is quite believable, I think.
So Bante, in the Gaiga, they mentioned instrument case, Dhamena, we also have Dhamma, non-art. And also he gave the examples like Sahata. Sahata is with one's own hand. And yoga, and also yogena expand, and pada with the foot, and also sahavajana, along with the word at the moment spoken the word. Yeah, this use the instrument case here.
Okay. Yeah. So then that's it, right? The discussion. So then we'll go to translate the remaining part, because it's not that much difficult, I feel. Evam Banteti so Koliya Putto Bhagavato Basitang Abhinanditva Anumoditva Uttayasana Bhagavantang Abhivaditva Padakinang Katva Yena Sakangarang Tena Pachayasi. Then the Koliya son, the son of the Koliyans, the husband of Suppavasa, having rejoiced on Buddha's words, having stood from his seat, Uttayasana, Bhagavantang Abhivaditva, having paid respect to the Buddha, Padakinang Katva, we normally say circumambulated. Padakinang Katva, circumambulate, having going around the Buddha, putting the right shoulder towards him. Yena Sakangarang Tena Pachayasi, there's his own house, he returned. Addasako so Koliya Putto, Suppavasang Koliya Ditarang, Suking, Arogang, Sukining, Arogam Puttang Vijata. So now, this is also a very nice sentence. We'll conclude the class with this. Addasako so Koliya Putto, the Koliya Putta, the son of the Koliyan, saw. Whom did he see? Suppavasa. Suppavasang Kolya Ditang. So the Suppavasa, the princess of Kolyans. How? Sukining Arogang Vijata, who was blissful, healthy, and has given birth. Who has given birth? If you look into the sentence, yeah. If you look into this sentence, the previous sentence, Sukini hotu Suppavasa, Aroga, Arogam Puttang Vijayatu. So the subject of this sentence verb is Suppavasa, right? Suppavasa. So then Aroga is connected to Suppavasa. Arogam Puttang are the objects. So here, and also we can say when he says later in a sentence, when the person returns to Buddha and says, Suppavasa Bante Kolya Dita Sattavasani Gabban Darinti Sattah Mula Gabbasa Etarahi. Now Sukini Arogam Puttang Vijata. She has delivered. So Vijata is connected to Sa. And Sukini is also modifying Sa. Connected. Aroga is modifying Sa. So here, this sentence, if you take Sa Sukini Aroga Arogam Puttang Vijata. So this lady who has given birth to a child was seen by his husband. So the lady became the object of seeing. Tang or Suppavasang Sukining Arogang Vijatang. Then the object of this Vijatang is Puttang Arogam. So therefore, here the subject is the Kolya Putta, verb is Adasa. What did he saw? What did he see? Suppavasang Kolya Ditarang, Sukining Vijatang. He saw Suppavasa, the princess, the daughter of Kolyans, who was blissful and who was healthy. Sukining Arogang Vijatang, have given birth, to whom object of Vijatang is Puttang Arogang. So this is also a wonderful, like, good usage of a grammar that we need to understand. Yeah. Then, yeah. So this one says the Dosi, having seen, he had such thought. Accharyam vatabu abhutang vatabu tathagatassa mahidvikata mahanubhavata yatra hi nama ayang Suppavasa Kolya Dita sahavachanapana bhagavato sukini aroga arogam puttang vijayasati attamano pamudito priti somanasa jatu. He was very happy and he became a person in whom Priti and Somanasa has arisen. Attamano pamudito priti somanasa jatu ahosi. So then he says his utterance, Accharyang vatabho abhutang vatabho. It is indeed surprising, it is indeed strange. Tathagatassa mahidikata mahanubhavata. The Buddha's greatness in his psychic powers and also his Mahanubhava, his power, his might is so wonderful, so strange. Yatra hi namayang Suppavasa Kolya Dita sahavachana chapana bhagavato sukini aroga arogam puttang vijayasati. So if you analyze this sentence, puttang vijayasati, it's used in future tense, but that future tense is because of this word acharya, abhutang. So when we want to say something special or something miraculous, we use the future tense, vijayasati. Who? The son, a healthy son. Healthy son. Who did deliver Suppavasa Kolya Dita, the daughter of the Kolyan Suppavasa, together with the Buddha's word, being healthy, being blissful, being healthy, gives birth or gave birth to a healthy son. Healthy son. So Ayang Suppavasa Kolya Dita. Yatra hi nama. Yatra hi nama is used for normally to show such in such sentence with surprise. So the commentators say this we can find in the Parajika commentary. and some other places also. Yatra hi nama. Yatra is in the sense of karana. So according to that, we shall discuss this on Friday also, little bit. Why did he utter this? Why did he utter this utterance? That it is strange, it is so wonderful. Because with the word of the Buddha, Suppavasa gave birth to a healthy child, being healthy. So due to that, he says, this is the miracle, ability of a Buddha is wonderful. So the commentators say yatra hi nama in this sentence. It indicates the reason. This was the reason. Suppavasa gave birth together with the Buddha's wording, utterance. So it was something, a reason for him to say that Buddha's miraculous abilities are such wonderful and strange. Yeah. So these are the, I think we'll conclude with this paragraph. If you have some discussions, we can leave it to next week. Next week means Friday. Otherwise, there's something to comment or short question. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Bande.
Okay, so we'll call it a day then. Right. Okay.
Thank you very much, Bante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Bante.
Okay, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.